Hey everyone, Team Amasian over here, talking about true crime documentaries on our little show called Clue. I am Kaori Take, and with me,
And Campia.
and today we are going to talk about Amazon Prime's four episodic documentary on the Lorena Bobbitt case. So I just want to say that I think this happened in 93, 94, and I was a kid back then, and
Yeah.
all I ever heard was some guy got his dick cut off by his wife.
Yes.
And I thought this woman was crazy. I don't understand what's going on. Like, why would you ever want to dismember a man's penis?
Yep.
But when you when you watch this documentary, you realize it's more than just having a member cut off. This woman took a stand for being in a situation where domestic violence was constantly occurring, and it's still constantly occurring, but women didn't have the kind of power that they have to speak out about it. So they were more fearful and afraid, felt more trapped, didn't know quite what to do. And so this situation came at a time when she felt absolutely helpless, and the only way to survive or get out of it, as she felt, was to chop off his penis. And I'm not saying that it was the right thing to do, but after watching this documentary as a woman, okay, I will say, because a lot of men would say like, that was just,
Oh,
no.
yeah. we went around and polled a lot of
Yeah.
our friends after the fact. So, yes.
Yes.
They absolutely, the men can't see.
The men can't understand. They're like, I'd rather be dead than have my penis chopped off.
Right.
I could understand why she lost her SHIT and did what she did. So Anne, what are some big things for you that came out? Emotions or whatever?
Yeah, no, I think you said it beautifully. I think it becomes this weird conflict in your mind about right and wrong, right? And in this situation, the poor woman was just being abused the entire relationship.
Yeah, she was
Really, really abused, and it's just everybody around her could see what was going on. Her boss, her friends, her
Yes.
family, and you know, the reality is what we remember, and especially because we were of a certain age at the time, what we remember is some guy got his penis cut off. But really, when you look at the entirety of the story, I have to sympathize with Lorena in that she had to endure a lot of things in her life for it to get to that point where she felt compelled to do that.
Yes. And then there were two cases, and the first case was against him, John Bobbitt.
Right, that's right. They went to trial at the same time.
Yeah, they went to trial about him being an abuser, and he got acquitted. And then they went to trial about her cutting his penis off, and she got not guilty, but she ended up having to go to insane asylum or something like that
some sort
for about a month. And some people were not pleased with that, and some people were okay with that. But I mean, I feel like as a kid, I missed out on like so much of what was happening during that trial.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of people out there to support her because she was essentially not home. She's coming from a different country. She was being told by John Bobbitt that she'll get kicked out.
Yeah. She wanted to be in America.
Yeah.
You know, she was trying to live a life that she could be proud of in America. You're right, she didn't have any family here. So I think one of the more touching moments of the documentary was when people actually showed up to her trial to support her.
Yeah.
Knowing, you know, what she's endured and that she doesn't have anybody here. She doesn't have a support system here.
Yeah.
So there was that. I thought it was also funny that the people from that town were trying to capitalize on what was going on.
I know.
Selling T-shirts and things like that, you
Yeah.
know, related to the trial. So it's fascinating. There's a lot that happened that I just didn't know.
And the twist, I might have this kind of wrong, but the twist is John Bobbitt's lawyer for the first trial actually gave the smoking gun witness for Lorena's trial like indicator of who to reach out to, and the nail lady, the one that had her nails done, and that was what basically helped Lorena get the not guilty thing. Let's talk about John Bobbitt a little bit.
Okay.
Because
Bunny Ranch?
you look at him and you can't help but dislike him. I'm sorry. Like,
I know.
there's something really fishy about him, and
Yes.
there's an arrogance to him
Yeah.
that makes me feel that she really did endure all those things, even though he, to this moment, he denies it. Even though women, after everything that happened, have
also been abused by him. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's unreal that he denies it, and then he goes on to do porn, and then try to get his cock enlarged.
Yes.
And I mean, this guy, for me, doesn't seem like a stand-up guy, right?
No, you wouldn't
I
date him.
No.
Yeah, I know. There's too many things. I'm like,
Yeah.
The way they describe how they met
Yeah.
is actually very cute,
It is,
right?
yeah. She loved him.
Yeah, she really loved him. I have to think he also loved her, but he also had this very sick, twisted way of putting her in her place, which was
Yes.
basically just straight abusing her.
Right.
And I think what was really uncomfortable for a lot of the women who also spoke out that were also domestically abused is that you're married. And it's really odd to have a conversation about my husband or my spouse or whomever is actually raping me in this marriage. Like, that was really hard to hear the
It's
several accounts
embarrassing.
of these women
Yeah.
who found themselves in these relationships during that time where people weren't speaking out. They were being very, very quiet about this kind of thing. And so it was, I think that's this trial, I would say, not having grown up in that, like to be of age at that time, I feel like that would have brought this to the forefront of
Absolutely.
people's minds.
It helped catapult that this is happening, and helped women become more mindful and powerful that this is not just happening to them, and that they are in fact a victim. And the thing that this documentary also revealed was, where can they go?
Yeah.
They just had no idea where to go. They didn't know how to escape. Some of these women were even murdered, and there's a fine line between self-defense and, you know, like protecting yourself, right? I think that was a day and age when women didn't feel protected, and I think even now, to this day,
Oh, yeah.
Some capacity. I think most women have been sexually harassed in the workplace or in some capacity, whether you're at a gas station or a supermarket, and we don't speak up.
No.
And I think sometimes we feel, was I too nice? Is it my fault? Was I giving them the wrong signal?
Right.
And these are things that we go through, that we blame ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Continuously blame ourselves
Oh, yeah.
for the way that we get advanced. But sometimes it's worse if you have a partner that is telling you it is your fault. So how are you going to exit or tell people what you're going through when you feel like you're the one that's fucking up?
Convinced that it was her fault. Yeah,
Right.
It's really, really sad.
It's very, very sad.
Uh-huh.
So also, it's just funny because it's his penis, and I love that. For us, it's like, oh, that's what it looked like, and for the guys, are like, oh,
Yeah, it's like exactly the way, because they actually show.
They
photo,
show it.
and it was exactly what I thought it would look like if you got your penis cut off.
right, right.
Okay, there's nothing that was fascinating about that.
Right. And I love that now that it's been over 20 years, maybe Lorena Bobbitt can look back and describe it, and she's just like starting to laugh.
She actually started to
oh
laugh.
my God.
Yeah, I think enough time has passed to where it's a little bit funny for her at this
Yeah.
point. But I mean, even at the time, the way people were talking about, you know, even the cop who found it, and
They're just like,
they're just like, this.
and they're trying to be like totally PG about it, like their penis instead of like dick or cock or whatever.
And not to mention the surgeon became super famous.
He became super
because he was
famous.
able to reattach the penis and
Yeah.
have it functioning again.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was also
And
fascinating.
also, as funny as Howard Stern can be, after I saw him promoting John Bobbitt and having a fundraiser for him, if he knew all that was going on, I was just baffled that he can do that.
Yeah.
That was just a side note. That's a personal opinion. I think you should, that's one of those cases you should stay away from, you know?
Yeah.
Support a guy who's abusive to his wife because his dick got chopped off? I don't know.
I think when we first watched it, or we got through the entire thing, I'm like, this is debatable.
Yes,
like
absolutely,
it's truly debatable.
Absolutely,
about where you would stand in this situation.
Right. I mean, look, she's not 100%, you know, on the right side, you know, but he is definitely not 100% on the right side as well.
Yeah.
So there's, you know, it takes two to have a situation happen.
Yeah.
But for me, this documentary really revealed things that I just never noticed because I was so young and all I knew was crazy woman chopped a guy's dick off. That is wild. That's all I knew. And as a kid, you're like, penis, oh my God, you know?
Yeah. I know.
So, but now as an adult, you realize it's a lot deeper than just the member.
And I think I would just say, to wrap up, like my thoughts on it is that I love how they tie in how they are today at the end of it. You know, after everything's said and done, John Bobbitt is still oddly in love with her.
Yes.
He has been trying to.
And he denies it.
Yes. But she has all these written letters and text messages and voicemails or whatever from him saying, I miss you, come back, blah, blah. Meanwhile, what Lorena did was she remarried. She had a family. She had a purpose in life now to try to advance, you know, the rights of these women who are being abused in these types of relationships. She really took the situation into her own hands and said, you know what, this cannot happen to any more women. I will not let this happen. And she spent her life with a purpose to try to fight that.
And I think that's a big reason why she agreed to do this documentary.
Yeah. So, I mean, when you kind of look at the balance of where they both ended up.
Yep. I think karma kind of made its way to their doors.
Right.
Yeah. Well said. Look, guys, if you guys have anything to say about this documentary, let us know. Comment below. Tell us what crime documentaries we should be checking out. And follow us at Team Amasian. Follow me, Kaorious,
and Campia, Twitter, and Instagram.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you later.
Bye.